Stephen Jules Radio Show. And welcome tonight. I thought I'd do a bit of animation drawing, kind of traditional, just trying to animate Sonic the Hedgehog running, and I thought, give you an update on. That's better. Just switch my microphone settings on what's happening in Australia today. We recently just had the budget. I think it was yesterday. You know, I was reading in the Daily Telegraph today about the budget. Mainly it revolved around the cost of living crisis that we have in Australia. Now, I've been talking the last 6 months on the podcast about the cost of living crisis going on right now. And the issues that we're having is, yes, the cost of living crisis. I have said it before. I do believe that us Australian people on the pension or whatever have a right to free education. I believe the government should give free education. I mean that as in university, TAFE, because education is the best thing that we can do to keep ourselves busy. And people with disabilities out there have a right to go to university and get a bachelor's degree. And I believe the Australian government should be waiving everyone's help debt, because given the unemployment rate here, they know no one's going to pay it back. All right? I'm going to be flat out honest with you. I'm someone who is proud of my Bachelor of Music. For me, a bachelor's degree is one of the best achievements I've done getting an education. At the time, I always wanted to get an arts degree. It's something I always wanted to do, because I'm creative, of course. So I would have wasted my time going and doing an accounting degree or an engineering degree when I'm doing something that I'm good at, and that's music. You know, and for I think it was about 2 years or so after, when I finished my BMAs, ended up falling into a depression. This was pre-pandemic. And then COVID came, and it was like, well, it's a time to just go out there and self-publish and pretty much see what happens, of course. Yeah, I did that. And, Death and Life was my first single that I released. And I think now I'm up to my 5th studio album in 3 years? That's a lot of music. And then opportunities opened up, the stock music, the royalty-free libraries like Pond 5. I've just added a couple of tracks to Pond 5 and Motion Elements for stock music. If anyone's interested in it, please do purchase my work. And they are available on Bandcamp at the same time. Now, Australia, in itself, the country is in a mess. I don't understand. Like, people, we're supposed to be getting like a rebate or something like that. Yet they're encouraging people to go use solar panels, which is, to me, I wouldn't bother with solar panels. It's only given the electricity companies more money. But speaking about Albo today is decided to evict his tenant for some reason. It was in the Daily Telegraph. His tenant's a Labor voter. Go and read it. And he's confused as to why he's getting evicted by Anthony Albanese. Because Anthony Albanese is the landlord of this place for the tenant. My question for Albo would be, how come you're evicting your tenant? What happened? Apparently he kept the house spotless, rent's paid on time, no complaints. So why do you want to evict him for? A small business owner, and he's going to have a hard time, running a small business and then have to go look for another place to live. And as you know, it is very tight out there, very hard out there. Even now in Australia, it's just a shit fight just to go and get a rental property now. Plan is to get inflation down to about 2 to 3%, which I hope they can do. Even getting inflation down to 1% would be amazing for us. Because it's quite possible that we're living in the times of the Gough Whitlam era coming back again. Interest rates are high, and I start to think, well, I can't trust any politician in this country. Not only that, they use taxpayers' money to go away on holidays, flying first class all over the world, Albo included. And while us hard-working Australians are basically busting our asses off to get ahead and have a roof over our heads. Now, you tell me how come if that's fair. I mean, that's not fair. I think that Albo has pissed too many people off at the moment. I think the economy now, like they're trying to get people to go all electric and carbon emissions and all this crap and BS. Not everyone can afford an electric vehicle, right? Not everyone can afford a Tesla, okay? And then Chris Bowen in Canberra is banning petrol cars in the next 5 years, which I don't get. And you think about it like this. They want people to invest in climate change and carbon emissions and sustainability. And yet there's a cost of living crisis going on where some people can't afford a car. And you tell me how this is going to work. Because clearly there's a big mistake trying to rely on electric. Now I can understand the submarine different thing. I spoke to Mike Freelander on my show, and he reckons the instead of a nuclear submarine, electric submarine. Yeah, that's a good idea actually, because it's it's less expensive. It'd be more simpler to run, more easy to run than nuclear, which I will agree with Mike Freelander on the electric side to that. Apparently, it's supposed to be more urgent healthcare clinics opening, which is good. I definitely will support that. As you know, we have a GP bulk billing crisis as well. As well as the PBS medications, $7.70, which is good. So if we can keep medications at a good cheap price for us Australians, fantastic. Definitely will support that, of course. Now, tax cuts that are coming here, I think it's good that Australians are getting tax cuts, and we do need tax cuts because we pay too much tax in this country. GST, God fucking damn it, I'm trying to open my text and it's stuck. That's better. So I'm just drawing animation, drawing Sonic the Hedgehog running and doing a podcast at the same time. Yeah, so basically, I think the tax cuts is going to help, especially a lot of the lower and middle class income Australians out there who are not earning a salary. Okay. I do believe that, our young generation will never own a home. That's okay. Renting's the best option. If you can go and get a rental, that's the best thing for us. Yeah, that's pretty good. But definitely education. Free education is the way to go. Subsidized university. All education should be subsidized and free for Australians out there who want to, the good thing is with education, you're getting out of the house, okay? You're keeping your mind busy. You're taking the anxiety away. You're staying out of trouble. Okay. And it's an achievement, because if you're unemployed and you're not working, especially in the pandemic, Dr. Phil was right. Go and do an online course. Just do something. And that's what education is all about. You are doing something. You are staying productive. And you are getting out in the community. You are learning new skills. So I do support more funding in TAFEs as well. I think that, when you look back on your achievements in your life, and you earn that bachelor's degree, you get a lot of respect. Doesn't matter, you could be a bachelor degree in zoology, whatever it is. You're an elite in one subject, well educated, and that's how it is, guys. And I do believe that Australia needs a fresh start with our government, because clearly, even with Labor being involved, there's things that I'm not happy with. But this is politics, guys. Trying to censor X and Elon Musk for Anthony Albanese memes as well. Threatening our freedom of speech is not cool. And that's just how it is. It's just not fair that things like this happen for us Australians. Yeah, I'm just doing something I enjoy, which is this animation stuff, and having a podcast at the same time on this. I think it's Wednesday night. Yeah, and other than that too, we had the plumber come in today, and we've got to get a new pump for the plumbing. That's probably about $2,000, but you got to keep that water pressure going for your plumbing as well. Yeah, so basically, it's good that we're getting the plumbing done. But see, these are the fallbacks when you own your own house. You got to fix your own plumbing, electrician stuff. You've got to fix it. Whereas if you're renting, the landlord's got to fix it. Now, there are lazy bastards out there, landlords who just don't care. So yeah, it's very important that we stand up for our rights against these bastards who think that they can take advantage of people and families out there. It's just not cool to do that. And that's how it is. Yeah, I would like to see more small businesses booming in the economy, making more money, small businesses paying less tax than a mining corporation. I think that it's just good because I feel that small business is the way to go, and that's how it is, because small businesses are the ones that keep the economy going and the economy moving. And it's like these woke CEOs in Coles and Woolies who go around and basically, price gouging Australians, hard-working Australians being ripped off. Again, this is the cost of living crisis that we've had, where you pretty much your wages or whatever you work for is useless because of the inflation that's gone up. So I hope that when the Reserve Bank of Australia meet next time, that they can this stupid texter. I hope that they can start bringing inflation down back to that 2 to 3%. Even 1% would be amazing. Given the current job market at the moment, Robert Kiyosaki was absolutely right. I mean, he saw it coming. Like, for the first time ever, you're competing. There are people out there willing to work less than you. And for the first time, you you're actually competing with someone to get a job. If Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Cash Flow Quadrant, read them when you can if you're an entrepreneur. It was quite interesting, and he's right, and we're seeing it right now with the pandemic. We've already had an economic crisis. This has been worse than the 2008 global GFC as well. That happened back in 2008 when Kevin Rudd was Prime Minister, and half the time he was in China doing talks. Man, Anthony Albanese has had to take on a lot of responsibility as his time as Prime Minister. There are things that I believe that he doesn't know what he's doing. Now, look, there are Labor voters on who listen to my show, and that's fine. You can vote for who you want. But for me, as you know, who do you think I support? But again, going back to this tenant who got evicted by Albo, and he's confused as to why, and he's an Anthony Albanese supporter. I mean, Albo, I've got go and give your tenant a roof over his head, please. And please don't evict him. Come on. How slack can you be? He's paid his rent on time. There's been no complaints against him. And you're evicting your own tenant. Like, that's un-Australian, and that is just not cool at all right now. Basically, you know, as a content creator, in times like pretty much what we're living in now, you know, if you look back in history, all the great artists, musician, Beethoven, living through bad economic times. It's interesting how we all fall back on music and the creative arts because it's a great therapy to let go, even if you're not a professional. I mean, for me, a content creator, I love doing this, of course. This is what I believe in at, you know, at my company. Yeah, but for me, it was during the lockdown. Music just, you know, was able to keep going, and that's what it did. I'd like to see more funding in the NDIS, getting more help with services in the aged care NDIS. People with disabilities need help instead of people price gouging the NDIS, because you read in the Daily Telegraph, and good on, I will support Bill Shorten for this and being able to crack down on price gouging and stuff like that as well. Because that's actually illegal, price gouging. You can't do that. You just can't be doing that stuff. This is quite relaxing, animating Sonic. I'm just coloring him in. I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. Pencil and paper, and I'll scan it in to the computer into iMovie tomorrow and post it on social media. I'm thinking about doing another music video maybe just drawing as well. So try and get some storyboarding done while I basically have a podcast at the same time. I was able to write some more music today as well, so slowly getting another track done. I'm challenging myself as well to see what is the latest and greatest assets or creativity that I can come up with where I am. So that's for me is another way to just get better at what I'm doing. It's 2024. Okay. And for me, I will I'm noticing a lot of disappointment in world leaders as well. And it's for me, I think that I do believe that, creativity gets you a long way where we are. What I'm doing now, just storyboarding at the same time. Yeah, playing music as well has been an incredible journey as well, because I am always trying to improve myself much better than ever, where it's it's just about finding what is working for you. For me, it's just staying creative as well, and finding that how we can improve ourselves as well. For me, self-improvement is the best. That's how I see it. Self-improvement is the way to go for me. I think that the more that we can question things as well, the better I do believe that we are. It's like how I question a lot of all the bad stuff that's going on right now. And I mean, I have a right to do that because politicians just only want to take, but not delivering the goods and services. For us. So that's the problem we're facing here as an island nation. Okay. Has Australia gone to shit? Clearly that people have lost trust and faith. Just getting that nasal spray. That's better. Open up that nose. Did I open the nose? Yeah, people are losing faith in world government and world leaders as well. So that's what's happened. You know, you have Davos and all that other shit with the Economic Forum. And basically, I believe that yeah, it's for me just storyboarding at the moment. You know, economics does unfortunately play a role because it's like everything revolves around money these days. And yeah, so that's the problem we have right now. I think that you know, all this economic stuff, it's you know, you read Forbes about all these shrinkflation and all that stuff whenever you buy takeaway, and then your food just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's the unfortunate thing that's happening as well. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing happening. Whereas I believe that yeah, we've got to, just keep working hard as well, and knowing that it's just about finding the answers to our questions, I guess. Um, because of our problems that we've got. Right now, it is quite difficult out there in the economy. I mean, so this is the point I'm trying to make, where we've got to just think what are our hidden gifts and our talents that we have to offer people as well. But that's the thing. That's the thing we've got, where you've got to just find out what it is that you truly want as well. Because that's we've got to find out, well, what's our skills and our abilities to live the best life that we can live as well. But no, this was a great show tonight, guys. I thought do something a bit different, do a bit of storyboarding as well, and share, well, pretty much what is going on right now in Australia. So all the best, everyone. Good night and bye for now.